Good evening. This is Akashvani Kohima. I am Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Nagaland is all geared up to conduct the urban local bodies election on June 26 after 20 years. Nagaland State Police Nodal Officer Limasunep Jamir says all security arrangements are in place for peaceful conduct of the ULB election in the state. Nagaland Chief Secretary J. holds meeting on elimination of single-use plastic with administrative heads of departments. And 8 schools under Zunheboto district become tobacco-free schools. Now the news in detail. Nagaland is all geared up to conduct the urban local bodies election which is scheduled on June 26. A total of 276,229 voters will decide the fate of the 523 candidates contesting in 269 wards from 24 municipalities and town councils. Out of the total electors, 136,062 are male voters and 140,167 are female. There will be 521 polling stations. Addressing media persons in Kohima today, State Election Commissioner T.J. Longama said it is in the final stage to conduct the state's ULB election in a free and fair manner. Terming the upcoming ULB election as historic, he said, the state is conducting the election after 20 years, following a long wait wherein all traditional and political issues have been resolved amicably amongst all stakeholders. Longama said the whole of Northeast region and the country, including the Supreme Court, is watching at the state's ULB election very closely. The State Election Commissioner appealed for a calm atmosphere conducive for free and fair elections during the upcoming ULB elections. While urging all citizens to believe in the due process of law, he appealed for abjuring all forms of violence. He also added that the Commission is of the firm conviction that violence will not be tolerated and is ready for any number of repolls if required. Longama further congratulated all the candidates who were elected unopposed, while also wishing the best of luck to the 523 candidates who are in the fray. Nagaland State Police Nodal Officer Limasunep Jamir said all security arrangements are being put in place for peaceful conduct of the upcoming ULB election in the state. He said the security dynamics have been changed following no polls in the eastern areas and more concentration given to the western districts. Addressing media persons in Kohima today, Jamir said 108 companies totaling to 8,100 police personnel are being utilized for the election purpose. He said 92 polling stations are categorized as normal, 209 as sensitive, and 229 hypersensitive, and accordingly, the multi-layer security have been arranged. He said for polling station security, along with the election party, the state police would be deployed and civil guide provided. Jamir informed that the whole 8 districts have been divided into 111 sectors with sector magistrate and sector commander supplemented by a component of 2 section of IRP as striking force in order to respond to any exigency. He said the anti-riot teams as well as the striking force will be over and above the first 2 layers of security. He said it has been communicated to the underground factions through ceasefire monitoring group that nobody will be allowed to carry arms, including the card holders. He further said joint control rooms have been set up in all the districts. Jamir assured that the state police will take all measures possible for a peaceful atmosphere during the elections. On the day of polling, the state nodal police officer said any kind of impersonation or any kind of undue influence or bribery or manners to influence the election process will be taken care of as per the law of the land. Nagaland Chief Secretary J. today held a meeting on elimination of single-use plastic SUP with administrative heads of departments, AHODs of various departments. The meeting convened at the Chief Secretary's Conference Hall in Kohima discussed effective plastic waste management in the state. Chief Secretary J. said that plastic waste has become a real menace and stressed on coming up with an effective action plan for the state. During the meeting, the members agreed in principle that below 1 litre water plastic bottles will be banned completely from 1st August 2024. Alam highlighted the recent issue of Doyang Reservoir, which was flooded with all plastic waste. He emphasized on serious deliberation on the systematic problems at hand and identified long-term measures to effectively implement plastic waste management. He called on the departments to spread awareness on adverse effects of SUPs through intensive media campaigns, seminars and workshops for general awareness. He directed all the departments to properly document their activities through geotagging and updating their websites with pictures and videos. 8 schools under Zunheboto district were today declared as tobacco-free schools during a program organized by National Tobacco Control Program NTCP's Zunheboto unit at the Deputy Commissioner's Office chamber. The schools comprise of 4 schools under Aguloto, St. Clair High School, Hilto Children Home School, Government Higher Secondary School, Royal School, and 4 schools under Naldoga, Unit School, Government Primary School, Sparkle School, and St. Paul's School. Meanwhile, 8 student homes were declared as tobacco-free homes and certificates given away by Zunheboto DC Rahul Panutas Mali. Addressing the program, the DC expressed concern on the rise of tobacco usage, especially among the young students. He said that the use of tobacco products gradually leads to dreadful diseases and ultimately results in cancer and painful death. He advised students to be always aware of what is beneficial to health and what is fatal. The DC appealed to NTCP's Zunheboto unit to come up with more activities to tackle the menace of tobacco usages with special targets on schools and its surroundings. This news comes to you from Akashvani, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Woka Deputy Commissioner Ajit Kumar Ranjan today held a meeting with the sector magistrates, commanders, zonal magistrates, officers of the urban local bodies election in Woka. Addressing the meeting, the DC highlighted the roles and responsibilities of the officers for the upcoming ULB election. He said a voter information slip VIS distribution will commence from 21st June to 22nd June at their respective polling stations. The DC briefed the officials about the silent period protocol which will come into effect from 4 p.m. of 24th June. Superintendent of Police Audullah T. Imchen briefed on the pre-poll arrangement and security measures adopted. She appealed all to extend cooperation for the smooth, peaceful and fair conduct of the ULB election. Deputy Commissioner and Chairman District Disaster Management Authority PEC has issued prohibition order against venturing out to the river banks for picnic or fishing. The DC said that there is possibility of waterlogging, flash floods, landslides and rising water level in rivers and streams due to heavy precipitation in the catchment areas. All concerned area administrative officers, heads of departments, village Disaster Management Authority, Village Council authorities and ward authorities in the district have been directed to be on standby to attend any emergencies resulting from natural calamities. Committee Chairman on Government Assurances, Kuzuluzo Nino, has convened an adoption-cum-oral evidence meeting of the committee with the departmental representatives on 2nd July at 11 a.m. in the Assembly Committee Room. All members of the Committee on Government Assurances have been asked to make it convenient to attend the meeting. An Indian Air Force has notified that the online registration for Agnipat scheme Agnivir Vayu Intake 02-2025 will commence from 8th of July at 11 a.m. onwards. The online registration can be done from agnipatvayu.cdac.in. The registrations will come to a close on 20th of July at 11 p.m. It informed that applications for both male and female candidates are invited. And now to end the news, here are the headlines again. Nagaland is all geared up to conduct the urban local bodies election on June 26 after 20 years. Nagaland State Police Nodal Officer Limasunep Jamir says all security arrangements are in place for peaceful conduct of the ULB election in the state. Nagaland Chief Secretary J. Lam holds meeting on elimination of single-use plastic with administrative heads of departments. And 8 schools under Zunheboto district becomes tobacco-free schools. That's all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.